Cotolette di maiale piccanti all'aceto con patate. Spicy vinegar ribs and potatoes. Does that sound good? But who doesn't love spare ribs? Ribs as a whole, they're great. You know, that bone with all the delicious meat around it. So this is spare ribs. You know, you can buy them cut, prepared, but you know, you can get a butcher knife. You know, what is a butcher knife? A butcher knife is a thin knife like that, short rather, with a good sharp point. So you can go underneath and cut the fat off. Now you don't want to cut all the fat off, you know, you want to add a little bit because it's gonna add flavor. This skin, usually the butcher will clean that for you, but again, there's a whole skin, and the best way to begin with is at the end. You go underneath with a butcher knife just like that. I'm gonna cut the end here, and the rest I'm gonna pull. It gets sort of slippery sometimes, so get yourself some paper towels like that so you can get a good hold on it. Pull, and let's pull, and wherever it's hard, you just kind of help yourself with the knife. Okay, this a little bit of fat and skin is fine. Let me cut the ribs. Whenever working with meat, you follow your knife. Your knife will tell you where there's a resistance or a bone. Well, follow it. If it goes in one direction, follow that direction. Okay, this is the last piece. It's only meat. We're gonna season that with salt, just like that. And let's put them in a roaster. And it's always good if you have a roaster that you have enough space so that it gets nice and crispy. I'm going to put some oil, and not too much because there is some fat on the meat itself. I'm going to crush the garlic cloves, plenty of garlic cloves. I like my garlic cloves here. Here we go. Crushing them so we can get a lot of flavor out of them. But then I can see them and pick them out because we're going to add potatoes to it. And let's do a little stock. Bay leaves. This is bay leaves from my garden, nice and fresh. I also have a nice pot of rosemary. So the rosemary, you could peel it off like that if you'd like, or just throw little chunks, so stems like that. I am going to just mix it, sort of have the ribs nice and coated, and I'll put it in a 425-degree oven for about 40 minutes like that. I have some time, so let's see who else wrote in. David, how often do you have your knives sharpened, or do you sharpen them yourself, and with what and how? That is part of our profession that it's really necessary to have the skills to keep your knives sharp. That's the main tool you have in the kitchen. I have the steel, and I kind of up and down, even 2-3 times during the working periods. Just when I feel it gets a little dull, I do that. And of course, at least twice or 3 times a year, I had it professionally sharpened. But then you have to protect them. You know, you can't cut on stone, you can't cut on steel, soft surfaces, wooden boards. All of that really keeps your knife sharp. Enjoy cooking. The ribs look really good. Let's add the potatoes. So nice, I like russet or Idaho starchy potato, and I kind of cut them long, just like the ribs. You know, sometimes you like things to look the same when you put them on a platter. I left the skin on. The ribs are delicious, but so are the potatoes. Let me salt the potatoes now. Let's give it a mix. So you want to make sure that the potatoes get a coating of the oil. This is good. Let's put this back in the oven for about 20 minutes, half an hour, until the potatoes are nice brown. And then we'll give the finishing touches. So I have some wine, and I'm going to put some vinegar, wine vinegar. I like that. And I have some honey, about 3 tablespoons of honey, like that. And I have some cayenne, a teaspoon of cayenne. And of course, if you like it really spicy, you can increase that. And just mix. And this will add, once the potatoes are 3/4 of a way there, we'll put this in. Think of all the flavors that we put in. It's a rather simple dish, but it has a lot of flavors. So we'll wait for the potatoes to, and you know, while I wait, I love hearing from you. So Sherry emailed me, I have a question about meatballs. What's the best way to cook them? Should I fry them, bake them, or add them raw to the sauce? Any of those three will do. Frying them, yes, adds flavor and it sort of makes a crust on it. You can bake them just as they are, you put them in the oven. Or if you're in a hurry, sometimes like I am, you just plop them in the sauce. Make sure that the sauce is boiling so you don't lower the temperature on the sauce. Enjoy making meatballs. And keep on emailing me. Now, those potatoes should be just about ready for this potion here. So let's add this potion. Let's put it back in the oven and another 20 minutes. Everything should be caramelized and everything should be cooked. Everything should be finger-licking good. Let's see if there's any new emails. This one is from Carol. Any suggestions for a delicious Italian dinner for 5? I am competent in the kitchen, but I would like to make it easy to prepare and then clean up. You're inviting me, huh? You're welcome to come too. Make it an even 6. Well, thank you for the invitation, Carol. But that's a good thought. When you're planning, when you're cooking, you gotta keep those things kind of in the plan. Do I wanna cook in front of my guests? Do I wanna have it ready and serve it and enjoy it with my guests? That's up to you. In this case, I would say, you know, things like braising, if you do an ossobuco, or if you do stuffed peppers, or if you do chicken cacciatore, that is food that could be ready. Just warm it up and serve it, and so you can join your guests. The vegetables also should be all, so you have it all ready. And you can even do it family style. Just bring the pans right on the table, and I think that's part of the fun. So, thank you for the invite. I love it when you guys write into me, you know? So, keep on writing. I'm here for that. We're done. We have to taste it. That looks good. I am going to plate this. A little plate for me. Where do I begin? You know, a nice large platter. If you're really family. Oh, this potato looks just like a Lidia potato. You got it. There's not much juice that's left on this because it all is stuck to the meat and to the potatoes. So here it is. Okay, I am bringing it to the table. Look at this. How fantastic. And of course, let's put a little bit of... Now what happens, you know, when you use an herb in cooking, and then you use the same herb to decorate, it just reinforces the aroma that you put in. Now, I want to taste because I want to tell you. So let me taste first the meat. The rib, you see how they come right off. The bone, nice and tender. So good. And I will invite you, as I always do. Come and join me. Tutti a tavola a mangiare. Let's do it. Okay. I'm into it.